My legs don't work. Oh. Where's the... Take a look in there. Ooh. It's not health and safety approved, so don't try this at home. Okay, if you've been following along, you'll know that we're progressing through with our laundry room renovations in the existing house. Now we're almost there. We've got a few more things that we just have to finish off and tidy up to get the whole project finished. However, it's taken longer than we thought to get to this point in the process. So we have to restore some functionality to the laundry room. So today we're going to be putting the machines back in, getting them hooked up so that we can at least get some laundry done. Because, yeah, we need laundry.
Okay, countertops and shelf. Oh, that was too hard to think of a word then. No, just a word. I'm trying to think of the word to describe this, and it's been a long weekend. I couldn't even say the word shelf. So, did you explain what these brackets are?
I did not share.
We were going to get brackets for the shelf, and then a few years ago I made somebody, this guy here, a Christmas gift when we did this whole make each other Christmas gifts thing. Yeah, I made you a lamp, didn't I? It was meant to be a steam plunk lamp, and I made it out of these things. And so you thought it'd be really cool when you were in Home Depot yesterday. And instead of getting just plain old boring black
brackets. I mean, everybody's got black brackets.
Do they?
No, everybody has these things because they're so cool and they're in fashion.
I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah, so he went with this. And what's even cooler is, where's your really cool, can you demonstrate the really cool bit that you also did for me at the end? This bit, over here, this bit.
Oh, I'm looking for it.
It's here. Okay, so this really little cool add-on, is it still making your fingers black though?
See what happens if somebody breaks in, just unscrew this and yeah.
That's not what it's for. What it's actually for is if I have to wash something in the sink, hate it when people go so yeah, if I wash something in this fabulous little sink, which it's really sad. You know your age when you get excited about a sink. And it's a bit wet, you can hang it on there to kind of drip down into there. Drip, drip, drip. This is demonstrated by Vanna White here. Something like that, yeah. Or even, yeah, get a cleaning cloth, I guess. If I'm more cleaning something with the cloth, I can then put the cloth there, you know. So next up is what?
Holes, so that we can actually plumb in the washing machine.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Because we decided to put the taps above the countertop for the simple reason that if you ever need to shut them off in an emergency, being able to reach over and switch them off versus having to climb behind or pull out a machine, I would prefer to have them on the top. So we put them on the top.
We did it for common sense reasons, common sense over aesthetics in that case.
Yes.
So it does mean though.
Over appearance.
Yeah. So it does mean though that we're gonna obviously, you know, laws of it's not laws of physics, but whatever. Can you actually use? Oh yeah, you can use different brands attached to different ends.
Yeah. No, I can't. I need to get a Milwaukee drill. Look, it's just not working. It's not going very fast.
If you could see my face right now from behind this camera.
Okay, wrap it up. Got to drill holes.
I'm really scared to see this. Why don't you stand on the steps and then you'll have higher perspective? See, this is why he pays me the big bucks.
Meanwhile, people all over the world are shouting, "No, don't drill yet!" Is about as far as it can go.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep, totally fine.
Oh, nice. Alright. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple of blocks.
Oh, so that you
so
can't
that
get
you can't
pushed back
accidentally
too-
push it further. Because right now, you take a look at that. Oh, God.
Yeah, you're doing the worm. Come on, wormy wing.
That bike ride this morning, just like, my legs don't work. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, like a turtle. You know, they get stuck on the shell. Do you want to tape the hot, like tape, put a piece of green tape and then put H&C on it? Just so when you, okay, go right.
It says cold on it.
Oh, does it? Oh.
It's blue.
What's the one?
This one says hot.
Oh, I never noticed that before.
Okay, so what we're going to have to do is slide it in that way.
What? Squeaky floorboard.
Take it all out. Let's start again. Let's move over there.
Away from the squeaky board.
Cold,
Yep,
hot,
yep,
poopy.
yep. Am I supposed to hold on to them up here? Do you need this bendy thing?
No, that's going to go on the top.
Oh, what?
That's nice. Need to move back.
Don't slap.
Got an idea.
Hang on, lads.
Got an idea.
I've got an idea. God, I'm literally sliding on the floor, so I'm getting like zero traction. All those pictures I saw on Pinterest of laundry rooms where you couldn't see this stuff. Makes me wonder, how did they stick theirs? How did they get theirs in? Because it was all so tight. These are in. And they work.
It's that one.
Okay, stop obsessing.
It is, it's that board right now.
Just walk around.
I found a squeaky bit on the floor. And the reason I'm a little bit concerned is because I think in a couple of places we might be a little bit tight for the floor, as in not a whole lot of space for it to move around. And moving the heavy washing machine might have like slid the floor a little bit one way. I know in the past, like years and years ago, in my very first house, we put a laminate floor down. And I made the mistake of making that nice and tight against all the edges because I was being lazy and I didn't want to rip off all the baseboards. And so it was all nice and tight, but then as the floor slowly migrated and shifted towards one end of the room, it then kind of bowed and made a bit of a bubble, which we then had to try and solve. So I'm interested to see how this works out. Okay, as you can see, the machines are now in and they are working, which is pretty cool. Everything's plumbed up and it's ready to go. But one last thing I have to do to the machines is, because we've switched them one side to the other, what I'd like to do on the dryer is move the hinge from one side to the other. Otherwise, it means that when you are working or doing the laundry, it means that you're going to have to kind of avoid the door. So what I'm going to do is move the dryer hinge to the other side, which luckily we can do on this model. And then that means there's going to be no impedance to pulling the clothes out of the washer and then throwing them straight in the dryer. Okay, minor hiccup when installing the washing machine was, as I pushed the machine back, one of the water hoses got kinked on the back. So what happened was the washing machine said, no water, not going to play. So I just spent a bit of time pulling the machine and redoing the hose at the back and reconnecting it so that it's not as twisted and kinked. And big shout out to Mouse for crawling in the back with the camera, so we could actually make sure that it was lined up properly when the machine was pushed back. And so far, so good. All right, heading into the crawl space one more time. Got to go into set up the dryer vent now. Actually get that all in place. I feel like I'm actually going on an expedition with all this stuff, but I just want to go down once, get it done and get out. I don't want to spend a lot of time down there. And less time in and out is my plan. I know, this looks nothing like the crawl space. But as I was getting the pipes ready to refit them, take a look in there. Ooh. So, I can't put them back like that, I've got to clean them out first. This is so much better. You know, when the kids were younger, we had this cardboard tube. It was kind of about, I don't know, 2 feet long. And it was very much like one of those tubes that you put into the ground to pour concrete in for foundations, that type of thing. We got it for the rabbit, so the rabbit could run through it and chew it. But the rabbit didn't want to play with it. So it ended up just being me and the kids playing with this cardboard tube. And we came up with this rule that you could ask any question you want, but you had to ask the tube. And so we'd say, would you like to ask the tube a question? And the kids would stick their heads in the other end and ask something that they wanted to know. Kind of stupid, but it was fun. Alright, there is the dry vent from upstairs. It's got to come all the way along here and then out that far wall. Right over there. Now, some of you might be saying, but Matthew, that's weird. Because where was the dryer before? The dryer before was 2 joists over. But because we moved the dryer, the vents changed. And now we have to punch it through that wall instead and then tidy it up. Unfortunately, we can't just use the existing hole because that would mean that it would come down and then go back up to get out, putting the ducting on an incline. So if any moisture condenses inside the pipe, it would run all the way back towards the end where the dryer is and just sit in the pipe at the bottom. Okay, we're getting there. So my first issue was that the drill, the actual drill itself, is too big to fit into the opening of the where the block is at the end of the joist. So I used a nice long spade bit, 5/8 spade bit. Look at that. So that one got all the way through. Now I have the problem that I can't drill through from the outside because the pilot isn't long enough to get through and line up with the siding. So now I'm going to have to improvise. I just came up with a great idea. Look at that. It's not health and safety approved, so don't try this at home. Okay, so 7:30 at night in the dark is probably not the best time to do this, but here we are. We have a hole. Okay, success. Hole is drilled. Vent is installed. Now once more into the crawl space. Yeah. Just to tie it all up at the other end. All right, we are now ducted in to the outside world. There's a page 2. Turns out once you've installed your vent, you don't need to secure it. All right, now we're done. Not 2 minutes ago did I just say, hey, we're done. And I thought, we should probably test this. Oh yeah. Oh, hey buddy. You wanna check it out? No? Okay.
Okay, I think you could probably call this a public service announcement, but it's a little bit of a learning thing for us. And I know there are probably going to be people out there, especially appliance experts, that say, well, of course that's the way, of course that's what's happening. Didn't you know that? But I don't think a lot of people do. When you pull out your lint trap of the dryer, it's not pulling out all of the lint that's come out of the washing, which obviously we found when we were replacing the ductwork underneath the crawl space, or rather when Matt was doing the ductwork, since I was nowhere to be found. Hate the crawl space. Yeah, so it did make me think, well, should I be doing more when I'm pulling the lint trap out after a load? And now that we can finally do washing and drying again, it's something I should probably look at more. And I was right, because you should check this out. So yeah, this is the lint trap. Obviously there's a little door here normally and a little thing. This is the lint trap. And if you look right inside, you see all the lint that's still left behind. I guess it gets kind of pulled off the trap as you pull it out this narrow opening. So it's not surprising that over time, this lint will find its way through the duct pipes and accumulate. I mean, this is, I don't know how many months worth of bits in here, but yeah, certainly what Matt was cleaning out of the crawl space was years accumulation of it. So it's good to know, like that was a good learning lesson. And I'm sorry to all the appliance people or the HVAC people or whoever it is that deals with the duct work, that we didn't know that. But there you go, public service announcement. Get all your lint out. That's not even like a tiny portion of the amount of lint I found just in this space. That is insane. Because, and the reason why that's only a tiny portion, is I found out my vacuum has this huge nozzle adapter thing. Now I think it's meant for something else, but you know what? It worked. It sucked out so much lint. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that win today. Not again, lint. Not again. Oh, and I know what some people are going to say. Well, shouldn't you, it's the more environmentally friendly thing to dry your washing on a line. And yes, you're right, but we're in Canada and it gets incredibly cold. And we're in the west coast of Canada, which is also incredibly wet. So that's not really a great option in the winter. But yes, summer is coming. And that means I will be putting my washing out on the washing line again. Yay! But let's not discuss that with Matt, because he just spent ages making this dryer functional and this laundry room functional and crawling in the crawl space, which is really, really nasty down there, cleaning out vents to make this dryer work. So shh, we're not going to talk about washing lines right now.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it today. Join us on the next one where we will actually finish the laundry room. In the meantime, I'm going to go and do some laundry. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, consider giving us a thumbs up or hitting that subscribe button. It really does help us out. We'll see you next time. So I figured today will probably be the best day to flood the house.
And now I'm going back because some of the areas of the paint is doing a weird separation thing, like here.